Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Rock the Stage Media Studios, and good to see you on Wednesday. Wednesday is a big day for Rock the Stage Media. 2 p.m. with the trigger right now. Coming up this afternoon, we'll be once again back with the National Speakers Association for Behind the Stage with the NSA. By the way, if you are a part of the National Speakers Association, you want to join us at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be streaming on many of these platforms right here, also on the National Speakers Association website and others. So, if you're part of the National Speakers Association that I love working with, I'm proud to be part of it. If you have a Facebook group or a group that we can stream to expand the reach of Behind the Stage, learn about what's going on, what's happening, you want to join it. And today we have a great guest coming up. Also tonight, Rock to Stage Media is back streaming live for the Rock to Stage Show live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to go live with that. So you want to make sure you come in and join us for a dynamite show. But today at 2 p.m. live, we're going to talk about learning, a lifelong learning. I have been a lifelong learner. I have different tips and tricks I've learned. Of course, being in the media field, it's part of being a journalist. It's part of being a entertainer or interview person that loves to get on talk shows and have great conversations. But more and more of us need to keep on figuring out how to learn and how to do it quickly and have that information right there in our head. We want the information to be able to dial it up, call it up, recollect it, so we can be good on these interviews and different shows that we're now streaming on and to get your content out there. I'm going to give you a couple quick little ones out of my experience and things that I know other people do as well. Number one thing about lifelong learning to be more media mindset it is you have to have an excellent note system. With the amount of stuff we consume today, and there are easier ways than ever before to take notes, remember, and call it back up. One of the things I still do when I have a book is I will use the book and to go to the back page. I'll go to the back page of the book and I will literally write down page number or where I found a great quote, great insight, a super picture or a chart that communicates something really big of value from the book. I will write that in the back section of the book. And then I have my own clip notes, cheat sheet to go back to. My book are dog-eared with notes in the back. That's a really great way to do it. I know many of us highlight, which does help. But after a while, there's so many highlights. I want to make sure they're really, really top-notch content is left in my books that I'm reading. But you can use things like Trello and type in your remarks. There is the Mac notepads or other things. Just type it right in, cut and paste it if you're doing a digital book. Now there's even AI readers. So if you're streaming, doing interviews, put the AI in the background and grab all that information, that juicy, good information out of your interviews, and then be able to repurpose it and reshare it. So technology is now our friend, even with learning and recalling it faster. Also, I would recommend if you're going to be more media mindset, be diverse in what you read. We've all got our favorite things, our favorite magazine, our favorite news journal, newspaper, whatever it is you go to. But if you're going to be more media mindset and learn, you got to hear the different perspectives, the viewpoints, the way they recall the stories after the fact. So diversify in what you read. It's easy again now to subscribe to different things online. You can read them, download them, PDF them. It's so much easier than going to the store and buying all the magazines. Remember the days when you would subscribe, pay 1 nickel and get 20 new magazines shipped to you forever, and they never turn off. Even when you cancel them, they don't stop coming. They keep coming. It's different now. It's much easier now. But diversify what you read to expand your knowledge, expand your understanding, because you want to be more media savvy and knowing what's going on, not just locally, but regionally and internationally. Notes by hand are still one of the best ways. There's something about that textual, getting in there, writing down, your brain, your mind, your eyes, you're all glued with it. And even better yet, read out loud. If you want to really have things stick with you as you're writing your note, read it out loud. And that learning will stick with you. It's proven. When we say it, we hear it, we repeat it, it's going to get stuck in your head. So when you're writing it down, you're at a lecture and you're writing those things down. It's kind of hard to say it out loud, but go home, read it out loud again. If you have the ability, again, write that thing out and add your own notes, your own comments. Often I'll read something, think of something, and it takes me to another book. It takes me to another article. So I've got notes written down that remind me to go dig over here. If you're going to be a constant learner, you've got to learn ways to point you back to other things, to connect the dots, to create your own material. Um, uh, Another great way to be a constant learner, and it's easier again than ever before. We have so much access to knowledge, podcasts, streaming shows, just like this. Every day I'm here to give you different content, insights to help you better shine on camera, shine on stage, to help you and your brand get elevated. And you're seeing more of the go-to expert. Go-to experts have got to be reading and studying and knowing what's going on. Things are changing so rapidly, not just in social media, but in our world. And if you're going to be a go-to expert, you have to understand how those things impact you, the people around you, and you need to come take a look at it, read about it, and understand how to play in the conversations. So podcast is a great way to do that. You're going to get all sorts of views and insights. And let's admit it, you also get a lot of fluff in podcasts too. So make sure you know what you're looking for when you want to do that. And set up an intentional time to read and learn. That's probably one of the biggest things that's helped me over the years. Often I'll have blacked out my mornings for in the office, behind the scenes. You can't even book a call with me. So I am studying, preparing, learning, creating, but it's all based off of that living and learning idea. Now I'm going to go to action. Now I'm going to review what I'm going to get. But I have blacked off times where I'm just tunneled down head first, got the coffee or whatever, and I'm going to dig in and I'm going to learn. The earbuds are a great way to do it too. Get your earbuds and just plug out of the world and go into learning mode. One thing I learned a long time ago, if you're going to be a top tier leader, if you're going to be an influencer that wants to make a difference in this world, you have to be a never ending learner. You have to be a never ending learner. Just because you got the degree, just because you've got the diploma, whatever, hanging on the wall, the certificate, you got the badge saying you're great. You need to be a constant learner. You need to consume and then filter to find out what the best information is so you can stay on top of things. As a media journalist, I used to get up every day at 3 a.m., go into the studio, read early wire copy that came over the wire press, highlight, delete, trash, clarify what we were going to talk about during the morning. And my mornings right up at 3 a.m. reading newspapers, The Wire, listening to late night TV. They were talking about the things we were going to talk about in the early AM. We were consuming on so many different levels, and it helped our media show, our talk show, do better and better because we were in touch with what the real world was talking about. Think about it. How are you going to help yourself learn? Are you a good learner? Are you an intentional learner? Do you struggle with the idea of having intentional plans and ways to come alive as a learner? Love to hear from you. Every day, I'm always here at 2 p.m. with the Trigger to learn more about and share with you what's going on in the world of media, TV, streaming content. Rich at Rich Bontrager is always the way to contact me. Come on back and share your thoughts. Drop it here in the chat. What are ways that you learn? Some of us are audio. Some of us are video. Some of us are many different ways of learning. What's the best way that you learn to learn and have it stick and make a difference? Share that in the chat. Would love to hear about that. And by the way, we have a learning experience coming up. We are going to be having a training on Restream. Right now, we're on Restream. We use this tool every day here at Rock the Stage Media to do these live streaming events on many different platforms. We want to share one message and get it out as far as we can to as many people. You want to learn how to do this, improve your media, improve your shows, your content, and learn how to expand your reach. Join us Monday night, coming up this Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Scan the QR code. Do this before Friday. Save yourself a little bit of money, 20%, and then join us live for a 90-minute training on how you can leverage Restream to a bigger, fuller extent. Hope you'll join us. Hope we'll see you there. Hey, but that's going to do it for today on The Trigger. Rich Bontrager saying thanks for joining us. We'll be here at 2 p.m. with The Trigger once again tomorrow.